Radio Cornwall.
So, we are talking Flam New Gert Liquors. First, Kernow have today officially unveiled their new fleet of state-of-the-art double-decker buses which feature increased passenger capacity, comfortable seats, free Wi-Fi and USB charging points, along with an on-board graphics giving people a gentle education in the Cornish language. Now, you may have seen some of the first 30 of these buses in operation, serving routes from Truro to Falmouth and Penzance. Well, first, Kernow has spent £7.4 million on this project so far, and eventually plan to have 250 of these vehicles. There is a strong link with Cornwall Council as well. BBC Radio Cornwall's Dick Strawn has been finding out more.
If you're a regular bus user in Cornwall, you may have just noticed in recent weeks some shiny new double-decker buses appearing on certain routes in Mid and West Cornwall. Well, it's the official launch of the new buses today, and I'm on Lemon Quay to meet Paul Smith, the operations manager for Camborne and Helston first. Well, good morning, Paul.
Forward to our Tinner.
Tell me a little bit about it. What type of bus is it?
Well, they're made by Alexander Dennis up in Scotland, so British made. And obviously what we've looked at is providing really first-class public transport for Cornwall. This is the key step forward for us in Cornwall. 30 of these new buses, a major investment, £7.5 million investment in the public transport network here, and we're really pleased to show them off.
A lot of people have complained for many years that Cornwall has old buses. You've gone from one extreme to the other really here, haven't you?
We've had to dig deep into our pockets.
Well, double-decker bus, we're on the downstairs deck here, just passing where the driver would normally sit. It's lovely and spacious. There's plenty of standing area. There's seats for elderly people, people with wheelchairs as well. So everything's really been thought about here, hasn't it?
Well, we put a lot of thought into the actual design and spec, because obviously they've been built to our specifications. And as you point out, you know, one of the areas here, it's about making sure we've got plenty of space for our wheelchair users, but also buggy users, mums with their prams, etc. So by having the fold-down seats and this nice large airy space here, we can ensure that we keep all of our passengers happy.
Plenty of grab rails for those standing up, plenty of comfy seats. I'll vouch for that. I've used these buses a couple of times as well. Mirrors and security cameras for the driver so that the driver's taken care of. And we're on one of the vehicles that's going to be used on what's going to be the new T1 and T2 route, replacing the 14 and 18, isn't it, from Truro through Camborne to St Ives and Penzance. So these are the bright red ones, if people are wondering.
That's right, indeed. This is the Tinner line, obviously, going through the Cornish heartlands, etc., through our tin mining history. So that was the look that we wanted to achieve. And then you have the blue Falmouth University ones that run from Truro through to Falmouth and then Falmouth to Redruth.
What people may have noticed who have used these buses and have also seen them around is the branding, and specifically the branding using the Cornish language. How did that come about?
Well, we worked with Golden Tree Productions on the main engine, in that we were strong supporters of that. And with these new vehicles, obviously the Tinner theme, it seemed to work very well to really promote the Cornish language. So again, we've joined in with Will Coleman and the Golden Tree Productions to help us with some day-to-day Cornish translations, as opposed to the more studious type of stuff. We tried to make it a little bit fun and to get people interested in the Cornish language.
By sheer coincidence, Will Coleman just happens to be sitting on this bus about three rows away from us here, dressed as a tinner. And Will, welcome to BBC Cornwall. Last time I spoke to you, it was Man Engine Summer, and now you're busily involved with the buses as well.
Indeed, midden da. Perlono, Borzovma, Heddiw, Warren, Savler and Katrine, Ragan Stenner. I'm really happy to be on board this impressive bus, the Tinner, and we have continued to work with First Kernow, who, as you said, were an absolute rock for us through the whole managing project. And when they came to us and said they wanted to brand up this particular route that runs Truro through Camborne, Redruth, Hale to Penzance or St Ives, it seemed to us obvious this is the absolute core of the Cornish Mining World Heritage landscape. Let's call it the Tinner and build on that branding, and then let's use it as an opportunity to have a bit of fun with our own ancient Cornish language.
The graphics are all around the bus here, so you can't really miss. It's a gentle introduction into the Cornish language for most people, I guess.
Bloke said to me the other day, do you know, I'm so fed up of reading adverts about prostate. He said, anything's better than that. He said, you've engaged me in the Cornish language, and I've been resisting engagement for 45 years. We've got a whole selection, and they ring the changes across the different buses, and somebody said to me, oh, I make sure I always sit in a different seat so I can learn a different phrase each day.
Back to Paul Smith now, and the bus, as it's a double-decker. Let's go up to the upstairs lounge, shall we? Lovely graphic here of Truro Cathedral and the vaulted roof on the right-hand side, up to a very spacious top deck and lots of seats up here, and a table with plug-in points for USBs.
Well, we've got USB points throughout the bus, actually, alongside all the seats, but we thought in the design phase that it would be really good to actually include tables in the upper deck, as you say, with the USB plug-in points. So not only have you got Wi-Fi on board, but you can charge your phone, you can power your computer, etc. But the main thing was to make it a social space. You know, you're on board with friends, or if you're travelling down to Penzance or St Ives, you can share the table with friends, do a bit of work if you're going into to work in the mornings. And the main thing is it works well, I think, for people to sit with their friends.
Now, cynics may well listen to this interview and say, well, we've got lovely new buses now, I bet the fares go up to pay for it. Is that likely to happen?
No, it's not something. We're obviously looking to increase our revenue. These buses have got to pay for themselves, but it's about attracting people onto the buses. You know, we want more people using the buses.
Well, that completes your tour of one of the new buses, but what do the paying customers think? Do you use buses regularly?
Not a lot, no. We use the park and ride buses a lot, but no, it's lovely to see, you know, new investment in Cornwall. We've had so many old buses around for so long, and it's wonderful to see this investment.
Do you think you might use the buses a little bit more now?
I think we might as we get a bit older.
We might try a week in Cornwall on unlimited travel. We've lived here for 37 years, but I think it would be well worth doing.
Interesting, isn't it? My pronunciation apparently has been called to question by Mark Elton in London, and we'll see if we can get that. But can we see if we can get this right? Because we got.
You say it correctly.
Well, I don't know if I can. Mark says, Lawrence, get your dialect emphasis right.
Oh, dear. That's you told, isn't it?
Flam new lickers. Flam new from the Cornish for brand new.
Yeah.
Flam noweth. What?
Go. I like saying it.
Well, flam new girt liquors. Have I done that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Someone do it in Cornish for me then.
Someone give us a call. If you're a Cornish speaker, give us a call and
Well,
say
you're
it
going to have to,
properly.
because all I can do
We're
is...
probably getting it wrong.
Well, I think we're definitely getting it wrong. That's after trouble. Hello, Sandra.